Welcome to Aqua Talks, where marketing meets bold, game-changing ideas. Join your hosts, Larry Aldrich and Maddie Dudley, as they explore the art and science of cutting through the noise, capturing attention, and fostering meaningful connections with your audience. Whether you're a destination marketer, government contractor, or simply passionate about the transformative power of marketing, Aqua Talks offers engaging discussions, fresh insights, and actionable strategies designed to inspire and inform.
Hi, and welcome back to Aqua Talks. My name is Maddie. I'm the PR director at Aqua. This is a podcast for marketers, whether you're just getting started out or you are a pro within the industry. We are a podcast brought to you by Brensis Technology. I'm joined as usual with my co-host, Larry Aldrich, today.
Hi, I'm Larry Aldrich, President, CEO of Brensis Technology and Aqua Marketing Communications. And we are powered by Brensis Technology, LLC. Today, we still have our social media director, Lexi, with us. And we were just going to have a little extra fun, a little extended version of the last session that we just had.
Woohoo!
So coming up on the 90 days of summer between Memorial Day and Labor Day, we're going to talk about, their thoughts on 20 ways to win summer in 90 days. So a little bit of a cheat sheet for travel boost, buzz, and booking season. So basically, I'll just start off with one way, try to get up to 20 and just ask their thoughts on it. And it's going to be marketing related. So start off, for example, let's kick off with a summer campaign. What would be some thoughts, or whether it's in social media or whether it's in public relations or any type of campaign. If you were looking to kick off your summer with a fun campaign, give us one or two thoughts in a couple words. Doesn't have to be anything too deep.
Okay, so the first thing that comes to mind is fun things to do in summer.
Okay.
So I'm thinking of like splashing around summer. So maybe like fun water activities to do in summer, whether it's swimming or paddling or kayaking or boating. Yeah, maybe dolphin sightseeing.
From the PR perspective, a lot of families are traveling during the summer because of time off. So it would be an opportunity to bring in reporters that do stories about family travel and focusing on that kind of niche.
So second point, let's just say if I'm a DMO, I'm a destination. We want to highlight an experience and not just a location. What would be an experience you would highlight? I know, for example, we had one of our influencers in one of our last sessions, and she talked a lot about the different food eateries that she was at and the food that she had. I'll never forget the redfish. I'm still waiting to have that. So if I wanted to highlight an experience, I would definitely want to highlight the eating food, seafood,
culinary
experiences.
Yeah.
Do you have any experiences you would highlight?
I would go back to like the water activities because when I think about our clients specifically, there's two that come to mind. So one is the airboats. In one of our destinations where you can do the airboats over the water, which I think is really cool that I cannot get Maddie to do with me.
I did it.
You did do it?
Yeah, I did it with Lois.
Oh, not the airboat. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking of
the biplane.
The biplane. Yeah. Sorry, not the airboat, the biplane.
Yes, Alana did that.
She did do it?
Yeah,
that's
she
right.
She went up in the plane and I said, you're doing it, so I don't.
And you didn't do it?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to get into a small plane.
So I can't convince Maddie to do it with me. But the other one I thought of was going to the springs and swimming with the manatees.
Yeah.
Okay. And the third point to win summer with the campaign would be what both of you have experience doing, collaborating with influencers. So tell us something about your collaboration with influencers.
So like Maddie just mentioned, right? We just had Alana recently on the show. And so she did a lot of fun things in Punta Gorda, Englewood Beach, in our client's destination. So the biplane was one thing. And then we're working with another couple influencers that are coming in to Daytona Beach. And the one I'm excited for the most, again, is back to the springs and the manatees. I think that's such a cool, unique experience to the destination.
Okay. Let's say another point out of our 24 summer campaigns would be keep it short and sweet. That goes along with your TikToks, your YouTube reels. So as a social media director, why is keeping it short and sweet?
Because our attention spans are this big.
Like my dog, like my black lab. I don't even know if his attention spans that big.
Our attention spans are so small that you want to get to the point as quickly as possible, because 9 times out of 10, your audience is going to lose interest.
Yeah, I try to keep my pitches as succinct as possible as well for PR tactics, because writers just have so much going on. It's such a volatile industry that we need to get to the point quicker as well. And
Okay.
Competitive space in PR and social. Yeah.
Another point for building a summer campaign in 90 days would be build a bucket list. So think about that from a social media perspective. If you're putting together a social media campaign and you want to build a bucket list of what you want to do in those 90 days, how would you go about building that campaign? Would you put it in pictures? Would you put it in points? Would you create a bucket list? Let's just say if you broke it down over the week, so you don't put your whole bucket list out there at once, or would you spread it out and schedule it throughout the summer?
I would, well, it depends on your audience, right? It depends on the niche. So Maddie brought up families, right? I'm thinking of couples. I'm thinking of girls' getaways. There's a lot of different target audiences that you could play around with this and have some fun. I would say, so first it would be picking your niche. Who are you speaking to? And then, I would probably space it out. Space out fun things to do for those specific niches and destinations.
Larry, have you ever made a summer bucket list?
I don't think I've ever made a bucket list.
Really?
I have a travel bucket list, and I haven't been to any of them yet.
Oh, we have to change that.
We do have to change that.
Well, okay, so when I was a little girl, every summer we would make a summer bucket list, and there's still a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff on the list that I still haven't done, like learn how to French braid, learn how to rollerblade backwards. Oh, done. Perfect. But I'm curious, what would be on your summer bucket list this summer?
This summer on my bucket list.
But we have to make it happen.
Okay. In Tampa. Busch Gardens.
I was just going to say
that. Going to Busch Gardens.
You haven't gone yet?
Going tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, yay!
Checking off my number 1 bucket list.
Okay, you're already having a fantastic summer bucket list, so good job.
I'm picking up my son from the airport tonight, and we're going to Busch Gardens.
I love
sweet,
that.
That's so
That
sweet.
is sweet. Cool. You love amusement parks. I do know that.
Absolutely, and Busch Gardens is my favorite.
Yeah, Busch Gardens is great.
The Busch Gardens in Virginia was my favorite till I came back to Tampa, and that one just a little bit better.
Yeah. Say hi to the cheetahs for me.
I definitely
They're my
will.
favorite.
They're my favorite also. Big cats.
Yeah.
I don't want a small cat in my house. I have dogs, but I like big cats, the ones you can't
The
get
fast
close to.
ones. The fast ones.
Yes. So another point, if you were doing, let's just say PR for a destination, and the point be their guide, how would you guide a destination through PR to talk about the 90 days of summer?
So 90 days of summer, I mean, Florida's quintessential summer beach vacation. So we get a lot of people up north who are interested. We want to appeal to their audiences of having that quintessential summer beach experience. But it all starts with pitching. So proactive pitching ahead of time.
Build an itinerary.
Yes, that too, if we're working with influencers, but pitching ahead of time. So proactive pitching starts with knowing if there are specific holidays that are happening during the summer. So knowing Memorial Day is happening, for example. One of our clients, Punta Gorda Englewood Beach, has a really big veteran community, and they also have a military museum within the destination. So people who are in the military or who used to be in the military, it's a great opportunity for them to get one of those quintessential beach vacations, while also investing some time into something they're really interested in, like military, or even like a reunion can happen there. So pitching specifically to those types of things that I know proactively are going to happen. And then, of course, there's always the reactive pitching as well. So whenever something comes up in the news cycle that's relevant to any of our clients, I'm on it like that. I'm trying to think if there are any. I mean, Noctotourism has been so huge for this year so far. I've sent out so many reactive pitches to publications about seeing stars.
The next point you do to me all the time, and you do it actually you ask me, or you don't actually ask me, you give me suggestions. So talking about in those 90 days, you promote what's popping.
Yeah.
And you're always telling me places to go eat, things to go do, places to take my dog.
Yes, I'm addicted to this.
Tell us something in 90 days of what's popping.
What's popping? Where? Here? I know. I had a friend visit town recently, and they said that they were really impressed by my concierge services. So that was a really big compliment for me. I think so this is why I love publication so much in media, which is that good local community outlets are able to share what's going on within your community. So, for example, I follow a bunch of different types of St. Petersburg specific, as well as our destination specific Instagram accounts, as well as reading up on newspapers and online articles to know what's going on within the area. So usually I would say the quickest is social media to find out what's going on in an area. I also, even before I travel somewhere on TikTok, I will look up and go, what's going on? Or I'll even ask ChatGPT. I will be like, I am going to Greece in May. What can't I miss? And then it'll just give a full
itinerary.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I still don't trust it fully because it misses things a lot of the time.
ChatGPT or Google Maps? Because I think Google Maps will drive you somewhere you don't want to be.
Oh, really?
Like off a cliff.
Oh, sounds like you have a story.
No, you ever read that in the newspaper? Google Cliffs?
No.
Or not? Well, Google Cliffs. There's a new name.
Yeah.
Google Maps, and it drove you off a cliff.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Another good point for winning the summer when you're creating campaigns would be geo-target like a pro. That sounds pretty interesting. That's something we'd have to bring Chip in, right?
Yeah. Or
Andy's
Andrew.
world. Yeah.
That sounds really interesting.
Andy's world.
and another, when we're creating a market or a marketing plan to have fun in the summer and to win 90 days, your 90 days of summer, let's just say, as a destination, you want to spotlight the local vibe. That's kind of like making it poppin', right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the local vibe. So what's a good local vibe in St. Pete? I know you two have been here a lot longer.
Oh,
than
yeah.
I have.
There's a lot of things. I would say
if it's eating, if it's
the music, the local music vibe. Yeah, a lot of great local musicians, a lot of great venues to see local musicians. Great arts and culture scene.
Oh, yeah.
Museums.
We have the Dahlia Museum, Fine Arts Museum.
Yeah.
Does St. Pete have a jazz vibe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We have an opera.
Yeah.
We have an opera. What is St. Pete Opera? I have a friend that is a part of that. There's a lot. I would say music across the board. We have a very diverse music, culture, pets, to your point of, right? We have Mutts and Martinis. We have Dog Bar. We have lots of pet-friendly
I've never seen that until I got here. You can literally go to a bar and take your dog, and your dog can run out and mingle.
Oh, and then, all the shops and restaurants have treats. They have water out for your dogs.
And if you're single, your dog can be the greatest wingman.
You'll see people pushing their dogs in strollers. I mean, anything goes.
Yeah, I'm not into
for pets here. Yeah, I don't think I see you doing that either.
No, because it's just like your dogs need the exercise. They need for them to walk, for them their joints to stay strong.
I would agree.
For them to be healthy, for them to maintain their digestive system. Yeah, they have to walk. If I got to walk, they got to walk. They got 4 legs.
Well, I think some of them are older now. And they just want to go outside. I saw a pug this morning in a stroller, and the wind was blowing through his ears, and I couldn't stop laughing.
So I do have a funny story about that. So when my oldest son was born, it was during COVID, and I'll never forget my first walk downtown with him. I had the cover up over so you couldn't see his face, and this older lady comes up to me and she says, "Oh, what's in there?" And I said, "Oh, a baby." She thought it was a dog, and she was asking me what kind of dog I had in the stroller. And that's what I love about St. Pete. And also, apparently dogs have taken over strollers because now it's a question of if you even have
for just dogs.
Yeah.
Here's another point for creating a summer campaign, and I meant to bring it up to you in our last session.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is a bonus session to our last session. Why is it important to amplify hashtags?
So hashtags are primarily used when someone is searching for something, right? So if I'm looking up, I don't know, social media. I want to get into the world of social media. I want to see what the discussion is, what's happening, where's everyone that's in this space to have these types of conversations. You want to amplify it because that's where you want to direct people to, essentially. This is something that our social team utilizes a lot when we're looking for UGC content is, depending on what our clients' hashtags are. We always tell our audience or tell our visitors and destination, utilize these hashtags, tag this so we know where to find your content. So you want to amplify it because that's where the content is, that's where the conversation is, and that's where your audience is.
Okay.
I want to say too, whenever we bring influencers in destination, we do provide the hashtag to them before they come. So then that way it's also easier for us to track KPIs and metrics across the board for what they do for us in destination. And then also that their content is then included in this sea of the hashtag. Things like
all the discussion, the discussions about our destinations. Yeah.
Another good point for a summer campaign is running giveaways. Do we see ourselves working with our clients with giveaways?
We just did one.
We did.
Yeah. We did one with Alana actually and Allegiant Air. Thanks Allegiant. And they gave some money off of a flight for a lucky follower that commented on her photos of Punta Gorda.
And we actually did that with Breeze too earlier this year. And that was actually the campaign I was referring to in my last segment that was twice as successful. Was Breeze also did a giveaway for two flight tickets.
Okay.
So a lot of success. People love that. They love free trips.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a great incentive.
This is another cool point for a summer campaign. Launch a Live Like a Local series.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had an experience with launching a Live Like a Local series?
Not live like a local, but geared towards local. Yeah, we're actually working on that. Our social media team with Dab right now is really focusing on why locals love Daytona Beach International Airport so much. And because they serve as true ambassadors. Again, it all goes back to being authentic and sharing those real stories. So yeah, when you can share a perspective from a local in a certain destination, you're really giving someone that first true hand experience of what it's like versus, all the touristy spots. People want to go to the mom and pop shops, the good restaurants, the local vibes, the local scenes to see what's poppin', right? In all these destinations. So
see what's poppin'.
See what's poppin'. See?
I like how you brought that together.
One of my favorite Instagram accounts besides ours, of course, is actually the City of St. Pete's, which is run by my friend Carson. Hey, Carson. Shout out Carson. She does such an amazing job, like staying up on trends, but also really understanding the tone of the community. And something that she does is Berg Biz, which is highlight a bunch of local small businesses that are locally owned and usually run by like a couple or an individual. It's really cool to see the journey of these small businesses and how they come within the area. And just then she promotes their business on social media to a bunch of residents, which is amazing. Then she also does ambassadors. So they do takeovers on the City of St. Pete's Instagram, which they will have someone who's like a yoga instructor or anything. They have just anyone who's a local. And then they take you with them on during their weekend of just here are the best things to do in St. Pete. And here's what I would do even if a camera wasn't around. We're going to go to the Dali Museum, going to eat here, going to work out here. So it's pretty cool to see everybody's different takes on living like a local here.
Yeah.
Here's another really great point for building a summer campaign. Amusement parks are great at this, and I just caught myself up in it last night. It's build travel bundles or passports.
Yes.
When you go to an amusement park, you never just buy the ticket.
Nope.
You buy the eat all day pass. You buy
skip the line pass.
Skip the line pass. You buy the
feed the
buy
animals.
buy a whole month pass or a whole year pass. and you end up buying all the passes, and then they just call it a passport.
Disney's great at that too.
Oh yeah, all the amusement parks do that, and I get suckered in all of them.
Yeah. I'm actually doing that right now for my birthday, planning a spa. Spas get me every time.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, why just get a massage when you can get a facial and get this and get this? And, okay.
It's true.
So
They're not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, why just get in the park when I can eat all day too?
Right?
Yeah, and it's hot, so let's skip the line.
Yeah.
Did you get the eat all day pass?
I got the eat all day pass. I did.
Yeah.
We're always talking about food on this podcast. I'm so hungry.
Food is an integral part of travel and leisure.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
You
true.
have to eat. You can't drink. You can't eat without drinking. So you got to talk about alcohol or Kool-Aid or water, iced tea, whatever you drink, whatever your flavor of choice. And then you talk about the locations that you're at, the beach or the ski slopes or wherever you're traveling to. But it always comes back to food,
Culinary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
culinary.
It's a big draw. It's a big draw for a lot of people.
And I love, depending on the location you go to, the local fair.
Yeah.
Like every time I'm in this area, it's grouper. I get seafood everywhere except the desert.
Yeah.
I'm a little skeptical about that, but it's seafood everywhere. But the seafood is really good here, and especially the grouper.
Yeah.
And I get grouper every time I come here. I gotta get a grouper sandwich.
Yeah. New Smyrna is they have a shrimp festival, a shrimp and seafood festival that we're going to have some influencers hopefully go to while they're in destination this summer.
Yeah.
I don't know what St. Pete's food would be, but an excursion I even like to do internationally is go to the grocery store of where I am.
Different experience.
Yeah, exactly. Like the French grocery stores just absolutely put us to complete shame. It is bad. They're such a good selection. Like you can buy foie gras like it's nothing, and caviar.
A lot of local, especially produce and just the fresh ingredients are just different.
Yeah.
I mean, they truly are not farm to table, but farm to produce stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something I've been trying to do is get to the Saturday morning market and go get my groceries there every week.
Here's another great point, and this one, it's pretty interesting, and it's make your website feel like a vacation. Now think about that for a second. How do you make your website? Do you think some of our DMO's website feels like a vacation?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of them are built out with itineraries too. And that's something we're working on with a client right now, which is getting itineraries to upload to the website as well, so that it's just a one-stop shop for you book your flight here, you get your accommodations here, but then you also have your itinerary, and it's just super easy and feels like a vacation doing it. And there's beautiful imagery, of course, that our creative team has taken.
I was going to say videos too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of our clients' websites, when you go in, it immediately is a video of drone overlooking the ocean or some type of experience in the destination. So yeah, I would say all of our clients, their websites are really great at drawing you in and putting you there or giving you FOMO to want to be there.
Yeah. Another point is sharing summer secrets. So sharing a summer secret can be something like that crystal blue water that people canoe down with see-through canoes. Isn't that like a secret, a summer secret in Florida? Because I literally have never seen it before.
Yeah.
So I don't even know where it's at.
Yeah.
One of my favorite summer secrets, you probably know what I'm going to say, is that in Englewood Beach, you are able to get a sea grape and write an address on it, and then you get a stamp. You bring it to the Englewood post office, and they ship it like it's a postcard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
All
thought
right, I'll
that
share
was really
one of my
cute.
summer secrets too. One of my summer secrets is a large vanilla soft cone with rainbow sprinkles.
Ooh,
That sounds so good.
Yeah, that sounds great.
You need to go to Twisty Treat. I went there last weekend.
Yeah.
Talk about soft serve. Yep.
This is a food podcast.
So another point, send summer vibes to inboxes. Is that something you would do? Send summer vibes to inboxes. Now, these are good points for campaigns for the 90 days of summer. Not that you have to do them. We're giving out a little bit of our secrets here. So is sending summer vibes to an inbox. So that could be something like a really good email campaign with a good summer vibe, especially you're sending it to someone in the Northeast or the Northwest after the winter that, that went on up there. Might still be winter in some of those places. It's like Pittsburgh. It's still snowing in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. What I think of with
June.
that, no, thank you. What I think of with that is having a call to action for someone to message us on social, so then we can send them some valuable information, whether it is summer secrets or something else. So that's something that's really common now, especially on Instagram, is if a lot of brands will have, okay, if you comment this keyword, we'll send you a free toolkit or media kit or something, because you can't reach out to individuals directly from a page in certain instances, like on Facebook, for example. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you knew that, but you can't actually message individuals from the business page. They have to message you first.
Know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would do reverse psychology there. I would have them message us, and then to be with an intriguing call to action.
Yeah.
Comment this, and then we'll send you our secret summer specials or something.
And another great point for marketing your 90 days of summer would be to target niche audiences. And I know when we spoke with Alana in one of our sessions, she talked about that a lot. She targeted a lot of the audience back in Chicago when she was at one of our clients' destination.
Yeah.
On a biplane, actually.
Yeah.
Not an airboat, a biplane.
Yes. That's always a good idea. But I think if you have a destination that's really trying to promote some sort of specific niche thing, then of course you're going to want to target to that audience. So one example that I can think of is people who are traveling with their pets, which we even talked about a couple of podcasts ago, but people who are traveling with their pets. So that's finding out things to do for pets in the area, places pets are able to stay, and really just like narrowing down their choices so they know that there's like a wealth of options for their specific type of travel. We have an influencer who's coming in destination that's gluten intolerant. So we're trying to showcase all of the restaurants that are able to provide like a gluten-free menu, and really like say, we have something for everybody.
Yeah. And the last of our points for creating a good summer campaign, which you brought it up, all right. You actually talked about it a few seconds ago, which is, I think, is a really strong point to make in a campaign, is create FOMO fuel.
Yeah.
Go to one of our clients' destinations and make everyone else wish they were there.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's that, what is that emotion that you're provoking that is going to drive action, that's going to make them take that next step to book their stay, book their flight, or get in the car and drive there.
Right.
Yeah.
I think, not to bring up Alana again, but here we are. Alana did a really good job of doing that because she's posting for an audience that is in Chicago.
Cold.
They are still cold, wearing jackets. It may even be snowing at that point in May. And Alana then, first photo she posts is her by the pool wearing a sleeveless dress. And I just know that if I was in a cold destination, I would be like, I want to get there as soon as possible. So that, combined with the call to action, like you mentioned, is really top tier strategy.
So we just gave some really good summer points to create campaigns, create a little bit of buzz, and to add some into your campaigns. It was fun. It was a little different. I like put them on the spot a little bit. I'm gonna hear about this later. Thanks for joining with us.
Thank you again for joining us, Lexi. And if you're interested in learning more about the podcast, please go to aquatalks.com. You can find all of our socials there, as well as details about Aqua marketing. And we will see you next time.
You've been listening to Aqua Talks, where marketing innovation takes center stage with bold ideas and actionable insights. Ready to take your strategies to the next level? Visit aquatalks.com to book your free consultation and explore resources that empower you to thrive in today's fast-paced marketing world. Until next time, stay bold, stay inspired, stay imaginative.